Hey everybody, Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode. Today's features the return of ClusterPluck. I had a great time catching up with my buds and talking about their brand new record, Hometown. Now available on vinyl and coming soon to digital. And don't miss your opportunity to see it live and get a copy on at their big album release party Saturday night, March 23rd at Old Rock House in St. Louis, Missouri. And you're going to hear all about all of the record and more on today's episode. Follow along with ClusterPluck on your socials and make sure you grab them tickets before they're gone. If you've been following along, you know that this show is brought to you by Friendship Brewing Company in Wentzville, Missouri, serving up all your craft beer needs. Over 25 rotating taps on all kinds of tasty beverages, all kinds of delicious food. You got your burgers, nachos, flatbread pizzas. All Fridays throughout Lent, they're doing fish fry Fridays and all kinds of daily specials also. Like on Wednesday night, they do a fried buffalo chicken sandwich. And they got Tuesdays, they do special tacos out there. So come out for Taco Tuesday. You can find it all on their website. Full menu, beer menu, concert calendar, and more on there. Come on out for some live music. They kick off weekends on Thursdays with Singo Bingo. This week's theme is 6 Degrees of Taylor Swift. Day, March 21st. Friday, music from Michael Scott on the 22nd. And Saturday, March 23rd, Steve Kyle. And over the summer, they recently launched their second location, Fly High, out in Flint Hill, Missouri, serving up the same great beer, but all new dining experience out of the Fly High kitchen. And you can come out there for some live music on Friday, 22nd from Jeff Walshauser, and Saturday, 23rd from Josh Littig. If you are in the Hannibal, Missouri area, they just recently launched a third location out there. Partnered up with Sidekick Barbecue for the food, and come out and have a great time in the Hannibal area also. You can find everything friendshipbrewingcompany.com. Hit them up on Facebook and Instagram for more, and tell them Shane sent you. If you need me, you can always find me at rockpaperpodcast.com. Hit me up on the socials. Email me at rockpaperpodcast@gmail.com. I would love to hear from you. With that out of the way, sit back, relax, and enjoy this brand new episode with ClusterPluck.
A podcast is kind of like it's like a radio show that's not on the radio. It's on the internet. Does that make sense? Uh-huh. Yeah. That's also like my mom. It makes it sound more confusing, doesn't it? It sounds like this.
Hey everybody, this is ClusterPluck, and you're listening to Rock Paper Podcast.
Rock Paper Podcast.
This is beat paper, paper covers rock. Rock beats is the Shane covers non-stop. Never know what new kind of guest that he's got coming at you. Live and direct on the spot. Could be rock, folk, country, or hip-hop, jazz. All kind of folks that he has. Could be an artist or a comedian to make you laugh on the
Rock Paper Podcast.
Double-decker fudge round, rolling round town. Shane coming at you live and direct from ground zero. He's your hero, he's your bestie. Rock Paper Podcast with Shane Presley.
Rock Paper Podcast.
Hey everybody, Shane Presley here, Rock Paper Podcast, coming to you from St. Louis, Missouri. Hanging out today with returning guest, ClusterPluck.
What up?
What's going on, y'all?
Hey, Shane.
Welcome back, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, this is very cool.
Man, I looked it up because I knew it had been way too long, but it was it was sad actually looking back, and it's been as long as it has.
It's been so long we grew a new member.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Expanded.
So yeah, I guess before we get rolling too far, let's go around and everybody say hi, since we do have a new member here with us. So even though he is also a returning guest of the show.
Well, I'm Derek.
I'm Chris.
I'm Britton.
Justin.
Yeah, man. We like I said, we been I think it was like 16 at Philippalooza. We did one of these in the basement over there.
Dang, that was a long time
I was thinking
ago.
about that today.
Yeah, which like is it's only been a while since we sat down as a full band and do one of these. And I do know we did one. Chris came on and we did a just a one-on-one. Which is a lot of fun for me doing this show. Like especially having where May I'll be hitting 10 years of doing this.
Wow,
which is crazy to think about. And but kind of the Chris came on and did a couple of these acoustic, which was fun to hear early renditions of some of these songs that are now on the record. So we have a full produced version of them. So it's fun to kind of track some of these songs over the years and how they evolve and everything. So
congratulations on keeping us going for
thanks.
10 years.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. It's weird to think about that. I didn't really, when I started this, it was just a goof, it was like, it was have fun. And I mean, I'm still having fun, but it's like, I didn't think I'd be 10 years. And
I know I still have one of those bumper stickers of you and
Chris.
And I was like a bumper sticker for, I still got one of those on my cases.
There you go.
At home, yeah.
Yeah, I think there's still an old, like first generation sticker on the door, on the freezer or refrigerator door at Oyster Bar, which is fun to see that still hanging on there.
Well, that's good quality stickers too.
Right,
still hanging on that long,
Yeah. So, but yeah, we got a lot going on for the band. We got, which is why we're sitting down today to get and talk about all this stuff. We got a brand new record. We got a big old release party here in St. Louis, Missouri. So let's talk about this night. This is March 23rd, Old Rock House. You got your ClusterPluck, Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, and Hunter Peebles and the Moonlighters.
Yeah.
So fantastic night of tunes. And but yeah, guys, let's how this party come about. This lineup and everything.
So we've been talking with Mets at the Old Rock House for a while, trying to coordinate the album release, and it just kind of fell into play where our friends from up north, Horseshoes and Hand Grenades, they're from Wisconsin. They were looking to do a show the same day, and we've known them for, I don't know, probably 10 years now. And it just kind of worked out that way. We bounced some ideas off each other, both bands, and we talked about bringing in a local band. So that's where the idea for Hunter Peebles came in.
Yeah. They're newer. Like Hunter's been doing it for quite a while, but as far as the Moonlighters now with the full band, it's still a newer project. But
and the guys playing with him are all great.
For sure.
But they're coming on hot, man. They really doing great things and hitting the road running, and so it's exciting to see what the traction they've already got as a newer project, and this will be a good night for them too. But I think it'd be great support for opening the show up.
Oh man, it's gonna be a barn burner. It's gonna be a barn burner.
Yeah. So we got the release party, and we'll have vinyl copies of this brand new record, Hometown available for sale that night. So which is, I was like super excited to hear that you guys were doing vinyl.
Yeah. I think we will have some CDs at some point, but we won't have them at the show. We're just gonna have the vinyl. It'll be available for streaming as well. Hopefully that day. We'll see. It's just kind of us. We don't really have people coordinating things besides us. So we got to coordinate between each other. Let alone all the other things. So
A lot of work.
But yeah, but it's we're gonna have that music out on the 23rd. So
What's that like for you guys when that box showed up on the porch? The
kind of stressful because it was raining.
yeah,
I was out of town.
Justin was out of town, and I got a new baby boy, and he just fell asleep on me. Justin called me up and he's like, "Hey man, are you home?" And I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" And he goes, "We got the records. Great. Well, they're on my porch. I'm not at home. I'm in Arkansas. Is it raining there?" And I was like, "A little bit." So
True story.
But it was great. I went and got the records off his porch, and it's great. I opened them up and sent the opening to everybody in a video, and I don't know, it felt pretty good. It looks good, sounds good. It's all around. It's the most, personally, to be honest with you, this is the most proud I've been of probably anything I've ever recorded. It sounds the best to me. It's the most cohesive. We're in a pretty good spot as a band right now. It's a good thing to be out. It was a good time recording it. It went smoothly. We went in with a good idea of what we wanted to do. You know, it was like, hey, we're going to have these songs, or at least, I don't know if we went into it with like, these are the exact 11 songs, but we knew like, hey, here's the songs we got. Here's some older songs we haven't recorded. You know, here's some newer songs. Let's see how it all works out. There was one song that we cut. We were going to have 12. It's finished, but we just, I don't know.
Didn't have enough space on the vinyl for it.
Yeah, really, that's what happened. I was going to try to make it sound cooler, but yeah, we just
Tell it like it is. Come on. We didn't have enough
it was
room.
a long song, and it was kind of a jam song. But at the same time, it's a song, Miles, for anybody that knows our songs. Song's Miles. It's a Derek song, and it's always been a jam song, spacey and like
it's a turner upper.
Yeah, but we've always kind of had a problem recording it. It's never turned out quite like we thought, and this one turned out pretty good. It just, I don't know, after it didn't fit on the vinyl, it was like, man, all these songs ain't gonna fit on the vinyl, and we didn't really want to like have more. We didn't want to make it where it's like, well, there's 2 songs on every side of the vinyl, and there's 2 records, it's just kind of like, it doesn't flow as good then to me. So we got anyway, go back. Miles is a song that didn't ever turn out quite right. It turned out pretty good this time. Still though, just it was the one to go. I think I had to beg Derek though.
Yeah, I feel like all the other songs kind of more fit together as an album. That one was kind of like just stuck out a little bit. So I was like, if that's the one to go, it's all right.
Yeah. Well, we got one in the bag now. It's like, we can do something with it, or we can wait to the next album.
Bonus content.
Yeah,
Right.
Right.
I think we're all pretty happy with going. We went to Phat Buddha in St. Louis there, and we worked with Gibby, Zagk Gibbons. We worked with him.
Yeah.
Oh man, yeah, he's great. He's great. He made us super comfortable. As I was saying earlier, we went in with an idea, not necessarily here's exactly what we're trying to do, but he caught on to our vibe right away. Yeah. Fit right into it, kind of helped guide us when we needed some guidance, gave us free roam to experiment a little bit. So it
made everything way easier.
Yeah, it made everything way
stressful.
Easier. Yeah, and
it's stressful alone going into the studio.
Yeah, kept us efficient too. Yeah, like felt like we were very efficient this go around.
Oh yeah, we knocked stuff out real fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was very hard to like not be efficient going in there. It just felt good when you get in there, and just working with him. He mixed everything and just made it easy.
Is this your first time?
At Phat Buddha,
yeah.
But and working with Zach, or have you guys recorded with him before?
Yeah, first time working with him.
Yeah, I really I'm a big fan of his work, and just to hang with him too. He's a good guy. And, so yeah, I imagine it'd be a good time in the studio for sure. So I'm glad, and I think it shows. Like I said, I think this is a very well produced and complete package. I think like all these songs seems to be most like cohesive. I think like I said, like feels like these all belong together in this particular collection. So it all I think over, and especially naming it Hometown feels very appropriate too. It just, a lot of it felt like a small town Saturday night kind of, for me. I'm like, a lot of these songs took me right back to, growing up in my small town and stuff. So, which I think is, where we all kind of relate. We all have that in common. We can connect to that in these lyrics and these songs and stuff. Yeah. So, I don't know. That's where. So as I was listening to it on my drive over here today, I'm like, I was just like thinking about all these, Conway Twitty on a Saturday night, and smoking weed and drinking whiskey, and all, old blue jeans. I mean,
sounds like a party.
These are all like images that come to mind when I think about the nights I used to spin around a bonfire in the field and with my buddies and stuff. So but yeah, man. So really enjoy this record, and you like I said, you can pick up a copy at the release party on the 23rd here in St. Louis, and it'll be on your streamers around the same time. So keep an eye out for that. But we're going to give you a little sneak peek, and let's start with mentioning Conway Twitty on a Saturday night. Let's start with
July Saturday
night.
Yeah, it's a Derek song.
Yeah. What do you want to tell us about the song, Derek?
Sure. What do you want to know?
They want to know everything.
What it's about?
Derek.
I don't know.
What's the dirty deeds?
I feel like I had that in my head for, I don't know, probably months, where it was like, I like Conway Twitty,
What's the Conway song you think's playing on that? When you're
if you listen to it, it has a little bit of 4 or 5 Conway Twitty songs.
Yeah.
It has I got to think of the lyrics. Hold on.
You need a slow.
I can see the 1, 2 in your eyes.
Yeah.
So that would be, I see the 1, 2 in your eyes. And you got that one. And it's got, I don't know. Slow hands. Got
Going
slow
through your blonde
hands.
hair.
Yeah. It's got a couple others. But yeah.
So nice ode to
Conway Twitty. Yeah.
Man.
Said, hey girl, you're looking so ratchet. Got your hair flowing back, it's as hard a pumping. Oh yeah, your body moving right. You're looking so good in the jeans you're wearing. Hot damn, feeling alright, just like Conway Twitty on a July Saturday night. You need a slow hand, gonna be a blonde hair real man to treat you right. You need it every day, hold you tight, feel good, loving alright. Like a little Conway Twitty on a July Saturday night. Your sweet soft lips, they're burning my soul. Just to taste your kiss, driving out of control. Girl, it's you and me tonight in a spot of love wine. It feels so right. The 1, 2 in your eyes. Oh, how I love you, there's no surprise. You're my everything, every day. Oh, how you brighten my life. Just like a little Conway Twitty on a July Saturday night. Your sweet soft lips, they're burning my soul. Just to taste your kiss drives me out of control. Girl, it's you and me tonight in a spot of love wine. It feels so right. Hey girl, you're looking so right. You got your hair flowing back, it's as hard a pumping. Oh yeah, your body moving right. Looking so good in those jeans you're wearing. Hot damn, feeling alright. Just like Conway Twitty on a July Saturday night. Just like a little Conway Twitty on a July Saturday night. Just like a little Conway Twitty on a July Saturday night.
I remember my dad had like this Conway Twitty box set in his truck, and we listened to a ton of old Conway, driving around and I remember like singing all these songs as a kid, and I'm like, they're fun, they're catchy enough, but it's like, man, I didn't realize, like, and it wasn't until I was like an adult and I revisited it, and I'm like, man, these are some dirty songs.
Oh, he's a womanizer, man.
He was a pimp.
He didn't have hair and a plunging neckline like that for no reason.
Right. Once you fluff that chest hair out, it's game over.
Laying them girls down.
Yeah.
Lay you down.
There's a tiger in them. Well, no, I mean, like those said, this is definitely the soundtrack to my youth, listening to Conway. So it was fun to hear, and it was a great song, man. It turned out real nice.
Thanks.
But yeah, that's it's fun that like that kind of song, like, especially like squeezing in different lines or lyrics and things like that, like, so especially something like you maybe at first glance you don't really pick up on it until like you're saying that kind of stuff. So it's kind of fun that maybe a true real diehard fan will like pick up on those things.
It started out more as a joke song, just because it's like I had that in my head. I go, this sounds like a terrible country song.
I love it.
You know what I mean?
Freaking catchy, bro.
I feel like for months we'd be like setting up to play somewhere, and he'd be like, on July Saturday night, man, like Conway Twitty on July Saturday night, I'm gonna write a song about that. Then he did, and immediately I thought it was cool. It has that walk down thing, and I thought it was cool. I feel like Derek writes songs a lot of times, and he's like, I don't know, man.
He doesn't
tell him it's awesome.
Yeah, I never think
hey, man,
good.
this song's awesome. Let's play this song. Okay.
Well, I think like I don't know. I feel like, I've talked to enough guys around and girls around town that you're always your own worst critic, So you think everything that you do is just trash kind of at first, It's like, but it's nice that you got 3 other guys here that telling you, hey, like there's something here, like
for sure.
Let's work on this. Let's build this one up. And so instead of just throwing it to the side and trashing it. So
I feel like once I heard it recorded, it was, and with drums made a difference.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Drums have made a difference on pretty much everything.
Yeah.
Really. It's.
Let's get into that, because we haven't really talked, obviously since then, but adding drums to the band, this was the first time. So Britain's been what, like 2 years now or something?
It's been almost like 3 years, almost
3 years now.
Yep.
And so I feel like this was a really a big change in the band, having back to a 4-piece and having drums and stuff in the lineup. So how did this all come about? Obviously you guys are all from the area here, but
yeah, we've been friends for a long time, even before I was in the band. Like, we were all close friends. I'm a big fan of these guys, even just as a band. So it was kind of easy for me to pick up because I already knew most of the songs and stuff like that. And listen to, I'd go to a ClusterPluck show and be like, man, drums would fucking sound really cool on this song. So it was pretty easy for me. And I was super stoked whenever COVID kind of slowed my band down, scrambled, and they stopped touring a lot. So we kind of got together and actually got to play together for the first time. And they were like, yeah, this is fucking sweet. So let's do it.
Yeah, I feel like that was one good thing that came out of COVID.
Yeah,
just
for sure.
Slow down and be like, let's get a drummer. Why not?
Derek had been mentioning it for years and years, and we definitely toyed around with the idea and played with a couple different drummers, and it never really clicked with anybody. Like when Britton sat down behind the kit, and it was like, whoa, this can work.
Was he fit in musically, and he fit in with us like immediately. There was no it just was like, oh, this guy, we've all been around each other for.
We fit in with him, is what happened.
This is my band now.
Right? Yep.
Well, it was fun to, even just like sitting down, we're here at band practice and just like coming in at you. You guys are kind of still hazing him a little bit. He's still getting the new guy treatment.
I'll be fooled.
That'll last for another 10 years.
I get all the razz. That's for sure.
He's always the new guy.
Yeah.
He's got to run butt naked backwards through a cornfield yet, but that's in the summertime.
Yeah, we're waiting to the summer. Then it's official.
All right. But I like that. Even 3 years, you're still the new guy, and it'll always be that way. But, I do. Like I said, it just being that obviously I've followed you guys for many years now, and you guys have a lot of elements in the sound. So like I think having a drummer really helps bring some of those certain more rock songs, or different elements where you guys can really elevate the sound when needed and stuff. So I think
thanks.
especially like something like Miles, that's kind of a little more more of a jamming kind of song and stuff. So like something like that, like there are some softer country songs, or a little more bluegrass influenced songs and stuff that maybe don't need as much drums, but it's nice to have a little bit of something on them and fill. And
I got to keep all these guys in time. All the time.
right.
Well, I feel like having the drums now, especially Britton playing drums, it's like it's really because of his playing and how we interact all together. It's like it's really allowed for that stuff to expand more.
Right.
All the elements that we had before are all still there, and I don't think we're trying to like, well, we're not going to play bluegrass type stuff anymore. We're not, we're only going to play rock type stuff. We're going to be a country type band, or like we're definitely not doing anything like that. We're going to do the same thing I think that we did before, which was we're writing songs.
Yeah,
and this
we're
is
going to play
here's
whatever,
the instruments that we
comes out,
have that we think sound good on this song. And now we have Britton with that. It just really, it's allowing for even more permeation of that. It's like all that stuff can expand out, and other influences can start to creep in that we weren't allowed to really explore before, because we just didn't have we didn't have the means to do it.
The space.
Well, yeah, when you're a three-piece, it's tough to be like,
2025 is the year of the grand piano, boys.
oh, good.
Hey, I mean, keyboards
Keyboards would be cool.
wouldn't be a bad thing in the band. That's
I've
for
already
sure.
been thinking about where we can set them up on stage.
You'll have to ditch that other pedal board.
Over that pedal board
All right.
there. Sticking there. Down.
Are you
you never know. There might be somebody that's could be the next new guy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, then we don't
Please,
have
if you're out there, please help.
And Britton, are you still occasionally picking too with the mandolin? Or
Oh yeah, I play at home all the time with it, but like there's been a couple shows like we've done like a little acoustic set, like opening the show at the Plucking in the Pines thing we do every year. We do like a little poolside set, and I play mandolin for like a whole set, and then jump on the drums in the next
at
set.
the wine bar too.
Yeah, at the wine bar. I played a couple. Yeah,
That's very fun too. We can mix it up and do that acoustic thing if we feel like we want to, and mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. How about you guys? Was it natural for you two to, as a rhythm section, to immediately start feeding off each other? And
yes,
he helped me learn a lot really quick. Yeah, because being the three-piece as a string band, Derek and I were pretty much drums and bass. He's chunking on the acoustic, and I'm trying to keep time. And I realized once Britton started playing with us that Derek was right many years ago, and it just made my life.
Yeah, you sent me that clip.
It's gonna rewind it.
He was right.
Slow mo. But it just helped me grow.
Yeah.
And I believe we helped each other too. Get a lot more space to be able to learn how to play bass better too.
Yeah.
Instead of just constantly country bassing it up. Now I got more room to experiment, and we are constantly like queuing each other up on certain things, and it's a lot of fun. I'm having a blast with it.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, let's talk about
Wish you guys would look at me
tune.
like that.
Yeah, right. Let's talk about Celebrate. This is written by Justin.
Celebrate's a song that I had wrote. It's pretty much about trying to be present in the moment, and taking a step and try to have some self-realization and be thankful, for moments and friends and family and just love and taking it, instead of running away from it, and just remembering instead of like always, forgetting what's important. So
Yeah.
that's what that is in a nutshell.
Yeah, man.
And I just wanna celebrate being with my friends. Every day is so unique. It could happen as we speak. The things that we're looking for, they're good for you and me. Take it in and let it go. Live for harmony. And so I want to know, did it really happen, or was I gone? But I know this is real. It's happening before me, and now I can feel. I just wanna celebrate this life that I live. Love is the answer now. It's the key that I could give. So take it in and open up. Let go and be free. Love is what you're looking for. Life's a giving tree. And so I want to know, did it really happen, or was I gone? But I know this is real. It's happening before me, and now I can feel. To know, did it really happen, or was I gone? But I know this is real. It's happening before me, and now I can feel. And so I want to know, did it really happen, or was I gone? This is real. It's happening before you, and now we can feel.
Yeah, I really enjoyed this, and I think that message is something that really hit home for me, because that's was telling Britton as I pulled up, we talked about we hadn't seen each other in a while, and that's a lot of it. I've been trying to find that balance in life and be home a lot more and be present in my relationship and just trying to be thankful for what I have here. And like I have a lot of fun, on late nights at the bar and I was seeing my friends and everything too. But trying to balance it better. There was a while there I was working 2 jobs and doing the podcast and trying to catch every show I could, and just like
it's a lot.
Makes it tough.
Yeah, just need to slow down a little bit. And, so but I'm still have fun. I still know how to party.
I was gonna say it's all about balance.
Yep. Got to make that balance and heal. Give yourself that time to heal.
Yeah. But yeah, so check out Celebrate, and this will be up here on Hometown. Like I said, on vinyl now.
Can we switch my song
Sure.
instead of Old Blue Jeans?
Yeah.
Can we do Hometown?
Yeah.
Old Blue Jeans already out there.
Yeah, we can do
And
that.
this is
Wanna put
that's
that
the
on?
album.
Way to think about that now. Rewind.
Yeah.
Start the podcast over.
You don't got to cut it. I don't care.
Hey, everybody. Yeah. Yeah, man.
That was part of the whole show.
Right.
We planned that
Yeah. Our elaborate scheme.
little comedy banter.
Yeah. All right. Well, you, I guess, are they going to be available on the merch store? Do we have that going here soon? Or are we doing that?
I don't know. We haven't really figured that out. We
Because I know we
kind
got
of have an email thing going on. Send us an email.
Yeah.
We'll send you an email, and then it's all the info gets exchanged,
Right.
and then we send it out. So
All right. Very grassroots approach. We got new shirts on the way. I saw Mr. Andrew Binder is working on those for us. So.
They're kind of an old new shirt for
Right.
sure. Yeah, we did a run when we did our 10-year, which was during COVID. We sold out the old Rock House. That was the only time.
Dang.
Yeah, it was awesome. There was a total of 50 people there.
Killing it.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was back. Remember when we used to have like pods and stuff?
It was so weird.
Yeah. And you could take your mask off at the table, but you couldn't take your mask off if you were leaving your table.
No.
you could not get up and
You
dance.
couldn't get up and dance.
And you couldn't dance either. Yeah, because if you breathe too much.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, that shirt was really cool, man. And we only like did one run for that show because it was like a 10-year anniversary, But we didn't really put that on the shirt, and I was like, why not just bring that shirt back? Because it was a cool shirt, and just do like a different color run, And
Variant.
and Andrew Binder, he hooked it up, man. He's the man. He hooked up the logo, and he's got a bunch of shirts coming for us for the album release. So we'll have a bunch of merch ready to go.
Yeah. And what the sunglasses are those going to be available?
So
too?
yeah, the glasses a friend of ours makes.
Yeah.
Leslie, and she's out in Colorado. But yeah, we'll have a bunch of glasses. I think we've got about 20 pairs right now ready to go. So
Nice.
yeah, they're blingy.
Yeah, those are cool.
This is like our third run of those too, hasn't it?
Yeah, third run
Yeah.
for sure.
I'll say ClusterPluck or ClusterPluck song titles or
Right.
sayings within the band or things like that.
Yeah,
So.
yeah. They got one that
Pretty
says
cool.
hometown. You got one that says celebrate, smoking weed and drinking whiskey.
Danny Tavern.
Those Danny Tavern ones are sweet.
Yeah. So we got plenty of cool merch available at the party along with the records. And I was thinking about that. Like you guys are, between the sunglasses and everything. Like you guys get a lot of people giving you different stuff, and a lot of it various chicken related things. What is the craziest chicken related item that somebody gave you for ClusterPluck?
Calendar.
Yeah, the count from
calendar
old hats.
thing.
Oh yeah,
Hats.
hats. That's a cool one. That is. Yeah. But where were we playing?
was that
We're up in
Bloomington?
Right?
Right,
Somewhere
yeah.
at the Stable
At the
Music
Stable,
Hall,
yeah.
and there was a guy that we had met that was pretty much like the janitor there, and they called him Hats because he had like a whole bunch of different hats. And then once he saw like who we were, he never saw us before, but saw like our merch setup and everything. He went back to his house and he got a chicken hat, put it on, and he came back and he gave us that cool calendar that they're
it's like a wooden chicken with blocks in the middle that changes the date and everything. It's pretty cool though.
Yeah, it has every month and just blocks with numbers on it. You just got to flip it around and make it work.
Yeah. That's funny though that he like, I got the perfect
thing. Let me go home. I'll be right back.
Yeah, you guys are gonna love this.
I went up to see Steven Seagal's at that same club. Like, I don't know, it was probably a half a year later or something. And Hats was still there, and I said hello to him, and he remembered the whole story and everything. So it was pretty cool. He's a good guy.
Well, shout out to Hats.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the stable.
Yeah.
And Stable, yeah. And Steve Seagulls.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about a Chris song called Hometown. And this is the album title. And like I said, this was fun for me. This is one we did like I said, solo acoustic years ago on the show. So it's cool to hear the final produced version now available with the full band and things.
Yeah.
But what do you want to tell us about Hometown?
Well, it's crazy that was probably like whenever that was first wrote. Really, that was probably like a brand new song then.
Right.
And I don't know. Yeah, I'm trying to think what it's about exactly. It's about multiple things, you know what I mean? But each verse is kind of about a different era, we'll say, of growing up in a hometown. The first verse is kind of about like, the little hometown girl that you're in love with and fighting over all the boys with. And second verse is more about like, I'm leaving the hometown. I'm going to see what the world's about, and kind of realizing that maybe it ain't all what it's cracked up to be, And then third verse is about seeing that back home is really just that. That's where home is, So, and the chorus is about just, stirring some shit on one night and trying to get forgiveness the next night, basically, and it's all cool in your hometown. People forgive you. They know you're a shithead, but you'll be all right.
I was raised on Friday nights, black and blue bruise on my eyes, from a tussle with a couple of boys in town, over a girl I couldn't name right now. Amy Sue, yeah, that's her name. She made us boys turn red with shame, working up the courage to steal a kiss. I never knew a feeling could feel like this. Pray to God what's wrong, alright, and I'll be the devil on Saturday night. When Sunday morning rolls around, I'll be an angel in my hometown, in my hometown. I graduated middle of my class. I did a little good and did a little bad, and I had a plan I couldn't wait. The first step was getting out of this place. Living in a city ain't all that grand. You just mow your grass, plant a garden if you can. Everybody's always running around, living high on the hog, boy, you gotta come my childhood up and gone. Now the man that owns it ain't milking cows. He ain't sowing grain, he ain't pushing plows. And there's just something about these fields. Oh, it makes a man know what's really real. Living and laughing with your family. Don't you lose all that to the big city. Praying God, what's wrong, all right, now be the devil on a Saturday night. When Sunday morning rolls around, I'll be an angel in my hometown. In my hometown.
I do enjoy that. You say that you can't think of her name right now, and then you know,
Immediately think of her name. Yeah, yeah.
I don't know,
Yeah.
I just always
Amy
thought
Sue,
that-
yeah, that's her name.
Yeah, Amy Sue. Yeah, that's her name. Yeah, that pops as soon as you think about it. But
All right.
and it all ties together too with the album cover is a picture of my grandma's farm. It's an old picture, old aerial photo of that. You know, people always farms, especially would have like aerial photos of their property, of their farm. So my grandma always had a photo like what's on the cover, but I think it was a newer photo, and it was more like in bolder actual color. And she had a big photo of that in her house, all growing up, and so I always thought that was really cool. After she passed away, I ended up getting that photo that's on the cover, and it's a pretty big size one too, but. I don't know, just the third verse of Hometown is talking about my grandma's farm a little bit and that area and all that. So it all ties together, you know, it all makes sense.
Yeah, man. It's definitely I mean, I think you guys hit around the head with that one, because like I feel like we all kind of it's just natural, I think, for a lot of people to you hit that kind of age, maybe as teen angst kind of stuff, where you're like think that your hometown's just like the worst, like you can't wait to get out of there, and that, and then there's a moment you realize like where it's like, well, this it's not that bad. Like I enjoy it here. This is where I want to start a family or do that kind of thing. I think that people kind of come full circle on those things, and
For sure.
in a lot of cases. So I know I have my hometown is not nearly the same as it was, but it's like it's there's a lot of growth out there. There's a lot of it drives me nuts that it's like every corporate restaurant, like it's like it's just you drive down the strip and it's just every fast food place at every corporate restaurant chain, and like, which some of that's fine, but it's like we don't hardly have any of the small business stuff that was once there, and it's like
things that create charm within the town.
For sure.
Yeah.
So
Makes it unique.
So that stuff stinks, but it's just like, but I am thankful that there's moments I still go to my dentist office and they know me by name, and they're all like, hey, how's your family doing, and those kind of things like that. It's like makes it still feel like the same like small town. So those things are fun to have those little moments, but yeah, so check it out. Like I said, this will all be streaming soon. You can add it to your playlist, and like I said, take home a vinyl copy with you and spin it on the table and have a real good time with it. But what about the you mentioned the front, but what about the back picture?
The back picture is actually out at my house where I live at old Raider Ranch out there. There ain't much ranching, but there's lots of raidering going on. But yeah, all the pictures on all the like nature type pictures from that are in the album, those are all from out at our house. Tyler OTG Photography. He came out and took some photos for us. We had a good time that day. We got in the boat. It was fun.
I can't believe he talked us into getting into that boat.
And
That boat was tiny.
He was adamant about. He's like, so what do you guys think? You want to get in the boat? You want to get in the boat? It'll be some good shots.
I have
It'll be some good
this little
shots.
John boat that used to be my uncle's, and my uncle passed away. It all ties together. He lived right down the road from me. I lived right across the field from my grandma. You know, it was all very hometown. So I have this John boat. It used to be my Uncle Butch's. And my dad and my Uncle Butch were fishing buddies. So my dad ended up with the boat, didn't need it. I have a little pond. And he's like, hey, we got this John boat. Here you go. So we all get in the John boat. We get out there in the water, all four of us. And my dad was there at the house because he was watching my baby while we were out there taking the pictures. And he's like, I saw you, all four of you boys out there in that John boat. I said, yeah. He goes, I don't think it's supposed. I think you about probably doubled the weight you were supposed to be in that.
Yeah, we were maybe only a half inch off.
Yeah, when you look at the picture,
the water spilling into the boat like from a half inch.
It's a good thing they let me, use the oar.
Yeah. It was. We made it though. None of us got wet.
Did some fishing while we was in there.
Again, good thing they let me use the oar.
Yeah.
I didn't catch nothing but a buzz, but
That's for sure. I got nothing.
They definitely were trying to catch
I got
something.
nothing, but yeah, you did get some
I had
chiggers.
chiggers so bad after we got done with them photos that next day.
don't talk about my property like that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
I can't believe I didn't get anything. I'm usually the one that's
into the field.
getting all that stuff.
That's the other guy's property.
We have as a neighbor.
What do you guys fish with? What did you have a secret or anything or?
Real worms is probably
real worms is the way to go.
I'm a noodler, so
Catfish.
He uses his hands.
His fingers. He sticks it in a little. I've seen you stick your finger in some stink bait before.
a time or two.
Hey, I'm your beer holder. Don't forget. I see your tricks. I'll let it out.
I don't know why it sticks with me, but years ago we used to go on these like family trips with like all my aunts and uncles and cousins, and like we all kind of rent out this cabins at the Ozarks or like Bull Shoals or Norfolk or something like that. Like, and there was always a lot easier, a lot of good memories. But I remember we were like down on the dock one day, and there was these couple of kids down there fishing, and they had a whole mess of fish in their basket, and we're like, what are you guys fishing with? And they're like, worms and Wheaties. And like
Worms and Wheaties.
But also like
wheat.
like the most country thing you're like, just like the way they said it,
Worms and Wheaties.
I feel like my mom
Sounds like a
used
good
to-
song.
I was just about ready to say that's our next song right there. Worms and Wheaties.
Worms and Wheaties.
Like my mom used to fish with a cane pole and frozen hot dogs.
Yeah.
She'd cut off the.
Catfish like hot dogs, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a cricket fisher.
There you go.
You like them bluegill.
Oh yeah, them bluegill and crappie love the crickets, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're cheap bait too.
Oh yeah,
Get a lot of them. I can get 100 pack.
I speaking of fishing, also, I grew up next to Berry Acres in Wentzville, Chuck Berry's property, and I used to spend a lot of time fishing in his lake over there. And I remember like had this little like Snoopy pole thing and like end up like catching some big cat out of there and stuff, and like I don't know, it's just. So it was a lot of like good times around fishing with that, like especially over there. And, but yeah, it's kind of a unique thing growing up, sharing a property line with Chuck Berry.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Maybe that's what got you into being a music lover.
Probably, man, something in the water out there.
Yeah.
So, but no, I was just kind of talking about the other night. It was like it's kind of a crazy thing to think about that. Like I'd heard stories about, partying at Chuck's house and stuff. And like, one of my coworkers tells a story about like that him and his brothers would go out there and they'd party, and like, it was like neighborhood kids in the front and like so these celebrities in the back or some kind of thing like that. And he said he like, snuck around and like looked, and there was like Keith Richards passed out in the yard. And I was like, I don't know if that Charlie was pretty full of shit. So there was a good, chance that he just made this all up.
So maybe he just looked like Keith
But
Richards.
yeah, right. Yeah, but I was like, but I wouldn't put it past Keith Richards. That could be very
sure.
possible. So
I'm gonna go party at Chuck's.
yeah. But there's a George Thorogood song that he does to like the same guitar as Johnny B. Good, and it's called Back to Wentzville. And in the song, I always thought it was like the coolest thing because he says, cruising Highway Z in my Coupe de Ville, and the wee hours outside of Wentzville. And I was just like, I live at ZNN, so it's like right,
it's gotta be.
It's like I'm like, man, this is like the coolest thing that there's a song about where I live at.
Yeah, that's cool.
Heck yeah,
That's awesome. Cool.
So I think maybe we don't really say a whole lot of names on it, but I feel like tying it back into your guys' record, I feel like that's kind of the fun about great songwriting is like I think there's gonna be people listening to these songs like this is about my hometown or this is my, I grew up in the same kind of way or whatever it is. So.
Yeah.
So
I hope so. I
Yeah.
hope everybody feels something from it.
So I'm excited for you guys. Like I said, big old release party on March 23rd, Old Rock House, St. Louis, Missouri. Get there early and catch Hunter Peebles and the Moonlighters. And you got Horseshoes and Hand Grenades with you also. And you guys planning to run through the whole record that night?
Yeah, we're going to do the whole thing straight through, and then we'll probably bring up some guests later on towards the end and do our classic ClusterPluck fun.
Yeah, man.
Play the hits, man.
Yeah. I can't wait. It's going to be a fun night. And so we'll see you all there. But we were kind of joking, teasing earlier about some old wrestling, and it just kind of got me thinking about that era of my life also, like especially I've been kind of thinking about it a lot with this week Sting retired.
Oh yeah,
I did see that. Yeah.
Yeah, which is thinking that he's like was doing it almost 40 years. So it's crazy.
For sure. Crazy.
So I don't know if you guys actually got to watch the actual match or anything.
I listened to the Jim Cornette podcast, so I heard about it. I didn't really see a lot of it, but I heard about it myself.
But it was like really well done. It was a nice, tribute to him as there was like this video package before him like sitting in a theater, and it's like, it's like one more time, like one last time kind of thing. The curtains are drawn closed kind of thing. And so it was really nice. But then like as he entered the ring, his two sons came out dressed as him, like one with the red, white, and blue, like blonde hair, and one as like Wolfpack Sting with the red and black face and stuff. And so, and they looked just like him, and which was like really a nice thing too, to have his own sons involved in it.
Oh yeah, he was probably stoked about that.
Yeah. But I don't know. So anyway, that was a big part of it growing up. Like watching.
Oh yeah,
I was
blonde-haired Sting was like, I remember blonde-haired Sting when I was a kid. I wanted to be blonde-haired Sting. Sting Splash.
Yeah, I was big into wrestling for a long time.
Me too.
All right. So who is your guys? Who is it?
Mine were the Hardy Boys back in the day. Jeff and Matt Hardy.
Warrior.
Yep. I like the Warrior. Macho Man,
Hogan,
Stone Cold.
Yeah.
The old school WWF.
I was gonna say
Road Warriors. I like the
school.
Road Warriors.
Yeah.
Hawk and Animal.
Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Yep. Junkyard Dog.
Hacksaw.
What a rush!
I've been watching these behind the dude. Yep.
Hey, it's fun that like a lot of these guys are still around. Man, some of it's very depressing.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
You ever watch the in behind the ring or the dark side of the ring or whatever? Yeah.
So that's the only thing that stinks, man. Like these, but the same thing I feel about my own family too. Like my uncles, my dad's like 6'9", my uncles are like 6'6", and like just so I grew up around these guys that were just monsters of men, like, you know, just, and then like to see them, you know, get old, and it's like, you know, it's like the same thing with the wrestling. As you see these guys, these guys are superheroes, man.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
like, and then you see them today, it's just
Barely
like,
getting by.
right?
Well, I mean, you got to think those dudes all lived, especially that era we're talking about, like 80s and
Right.
90s and, you know, early 2000s and stuff. Like those dudes lived, they traveled on the road all the time, lived like rock stars. But unlike a Keith Richards or somebody like that that's living like a rock star, these guys
Beat
are
each other up.
Yeah, I
Got
mean,
their
they're jumping
asses
off of
kicked.
stuff and bouncing and you know, I mean, they're, you know, they're still getting hit. You know,
Right.
like it's, you know, but
Yeah, getting slammed through tables.
yeah, I mean,
and-
years of that, years and years of that.
Plays a toll on your body for
Oh, yeah.
sure.
Netflix just posted their, it had been around for a while, but it was the 30 for 30 on Ric Flair.
Oh, I watched
And-
that. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's just like, it's a pretty wild story, you know, but how much he was like addicted to the lifestyle. Like, you know, he became Ric Flair, you know.
Yeah.
I was gonna say Flair didn't give a shit. He whip out his dong if he wanted to.
threw a Rolex out to the crowd
Yeah.
or something. That was the
But he's still like, there was, going into Sting's retirement thing. There was a thing where he was in the ring with Sting like the week before his last match. So he's still getting in the ring doing stuff, and it's like, man, like, you know, you just like can't let it go. Like
Still strutting around,
Yeah,
doing
right.
the strut.
Man, somebody's got to hurt grandpa.
right. Yeah. But you know, well, it's,
Wheeling dealing.
I hosted a Halloween party. A bunch of my friends were playing, and I dressed as Macho Man. I came out and like painted like a beard on, and like I was had a bag of Slim Jims, the little bite
Yes.
travel bite-sized Slim Jims. I'm slinging them out and like snap into it. And like I was introing bands like with like every line I could come up with, like, you know, I was like, this next band's Cream of the Crop.
Man, maybe we need to play this Halloween
Yeah.
and all dress up as wrestlers.
Yeah.
Dang.
I did. I saw like a video on Instagram or whatever. Like it was like guys like bachelor party, and they were like all like dressed as old wrestlers and like were like going around town and stuff. And
Yeah.
I'm like, that would be a lot of fun.
My fiance's sister did that for her bachelorette party. They all dressed up like it was nothing but chicks dressed up as wrestlers. It was hilarious.
Well, we're gonna do it right. We're gonna do it right. If you want to be Hulk Hogan, you got briefs and boots, buddy. That's all you get
for sure.
And a headband.
Yeah, it can't be WCW.
We ain't
Hulk
doing-
Hogan.
No, it can't
yeah,
be
we ain't
Hollywood
doing
Hogan.
No,
No.
it's got to be.
No, we're gonna do it right.
Oh Lord.
Same way with Macho Man.
Yeah.
Can't be the tight. It's got to be the tights. It can't be
Heck yeah, dude.
Wrestling.
this. Ain't no Macho
Wrestling.
King.
Yeah. It would be fun, like, and then just everybody has their own intro music. You got just like, you know,
I don't come up on stage.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think the Billy Strings did that.
Yeah,
didn't they?
yeah,
yeah.
just
That is cool though.
yeah.
It was funny, and they did like all like backstage like interviews
Yeah.
of all the bands.
Did
Like
the
they were
whole
all they were
shoots, yeah.
totally in character the whole time. It was hilarious.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. It was just like, you know, just like it's crazy that there's like there's different generations. You know, it's like it kind of goes in waves, just like anything.
Yeah.
But it's like it does seem like it's people kind of come in and out of it. Sometimes, you know, you get more reinvested in it again, which I think is kind of cool. Like, you know, having a son of your own now, like maybe someday he'll be into it. You know,
yeah.
so
Hank the Tank.
Yeah, tank. One
know.
day you can fly off the
Right.
top rope too, or off the top rope.
Right. But it's, you know, the same that it's just like revisiting some of the stuff, even the music or, you know, whatever it is and stuff, like seeing it again through their eyes kind of thing. I kind of revisit it with the next generation and stuff. So I think that stuff's fun to keep, you're like, yeah, you think, you know, The Rock and Cena are cool. You should check out these guys.
Right,
So,
yeah.
those are the guys I grew up with. And so, but yeah, those guys are making crazy money right now, though. The Rock and Cena spinning into big movie careers and stuff. And so,
Hey, Hulk Hogan was in movies, bro.
yeah, right. Yeah,
They weren't good, but he was in movies.
Over the top.
I still
No Holds Barred. That was a good one.
There was that one where wasn't he a babysitter? In one?
Yeah, the nanny or something like that.
Suburban Commando. That was a good one.
I've got the Thunder in Paradise box set.
Hell yeah. All one season.
Yeah, I always wanted that a boat like that, and then like that was
Yeah.
He had some cool toys.
I forgot all about that shit.
Yeah, man. He I heard him on a pod with Theo Vaughn not too long ago, and that's he was, talking a lot about that, just like that, how weird it is that he's still here doing that. It's like that he's, like seeing all of his bunch of his friends go before him and stuff, and it's like, and he's like, I don't know, it's just weird. Think about that you've outlived all these other guys. But they live a hard life, man. That's for sure. Wow, this has really got sad. There's, I don't know.
Started talking about wrestling.
I don't know why I did that.
That's what we're gonna do after this. We're gonna skip band practice and just have an old school wrestling match in the backyard.
Dang, who brought the baby oil?
Yes.
Dang.
Well, we got a ladder.
Yeah.
We got some folding chairs right here.
About to have us a ladder match in the garage.
Money in the bank.
Right.
I got a belt. We'll tie it to the top of this. Whoever gets a belt.
Well, you guys, were we gonna be out on the road this summer? Is that the plan, or what's?
Yeah, we're playing around for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know if we're traveling quite like we were before COVID, but we got some festivals lined up.
Yeah.
We're going up north to Northern Illinois and
Chicago area.
yeah.
Back to Hey
What
Nani.
else is there? There's stuff this summer.
Yeah, we're just doing like a little run too to support the album.
Yeah.
Peoria.
Hitting Springfield, Missouri, which we haven't done that in forever. So
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how that's going to work.
The
out.
Warehouse.
Yeah, we're going
looks
from,
like a cool
we're going
place
from
on the
Springfield, Illinois to Springfield, Missouri.
know, right?
The next day.
Yeah,
That's the
Springfield to Springfield tour.
Yeah. Springfield to Springfield.
That show in Springfield, Illinois will be fun too. It's at the Route 66 hotel.
66, yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool hotel. They got a lot of neat, like, nostalgic things going on. They're trying to revamp it, and they got a little like convention room. They put a stage up in, and it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's a nice spot for that, for having.
Yeah, our
an
friends
indoor
in
festival
Sunshine
thing.
Daydream, we've been kind of swapping shows, and it's been fun. It's been a lot of fun. They're great, like Grateful Dead tribute.
Yeah,
so.
they kill it.
Yeah.
They do a really good job.
Is there a certain dish or anything that you guys think about, like, that you can't wait to get back to some town to have like a certain meal at all?
Yeah. For sure. That pizza in Connecticut.
Oh yeah, okay.
Oh,
The pizza.
yeah.
I was gonna say the. Where is we at with the waffle place?
Oh
that
yeah,
had
Funkin'
the
Waffles.
Funky Waffles.
That was in Syracuse, New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Those waffles
the
were
pizza
fun.
place does that.
That was like the same trip
better
when we
than
did that.
Mm-hmm.
We went to Syracuse.
Man, we
we
should've
went to
called that the-
Connecticut.
Good ass food tour.
we were in Boston. I had the best, like, oysters and mussels and all kinds of shellfish. I know those guys weren't going to be into it, so I kind of ditched out after sound check. And I was like, went to a real nice restaurant, ate a bunch of shellfish.
Me
That
and
was
Derek's
awesome.
a little more like double cheeseburger from McDonald's type guy.
See, drums and bass, bro. I'm all about the seafood.
A little less shellfish and oyster type guys. We're a little more. Give me the 2 for $1.
Yeah. We look classy.
McChicken and a McDouble, please.
Is that shit coming?
Give me a
wrapper?
gangbang.
Oh, I knew that was coming.
Yeah. I don't know. I just find, like, cause I enjoy trying all kinds of different local stuff, especially like trying to whatever's they're known for and things. But and that a friend of mine said they were going to Chicago, and that's basically like, well, you need to go to Al's Italian Beef. You need to go to get some deep. It's like I'll know all the food spots. I don't really. The tourist stuff's fun, but it's like I get more get excited about hitting that
Food,
town.
good food, yeah, for
so,
sure.
All right, something I get, especially something I don't get here at home.
Right.
But
Chicago's great for food, man.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
so much culture in Chicago. I love it there.
It's all good and good for you too.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's all that deep dish piece. But yeah, well, hopefully, like I said, we're coming to a town near you, and you can find ClusterPluckMusic.com, right?
Yep. We keep the shows updated on there. So if you're curious where we will be within a few months from now, it should be posted.
Yeah. And we got like on the Facebook and Instagram too. You can get plugged in there. And well, like I said, we're hitting a couple festival things for the summer and stuff. So we got plenty of opportunities to come see the band live this coming up here real soon. So get on board and grab a record and have fun with us on. But like I said, we got a big one March 23rd here in St. Louis.
Yes, come to that one.
Yeah.
Get your tickets.
And but I appreciate you guys spending some time with me today. This has been-
Thank you, brother.
Thanks for having
Yeah,
time
for
with
sure.
us.
Yeah, we appreciate everything you do. You know, like I love still getting out and checking live music as much as I can. And if I don't know what's going on and I have no clue, I just go on my Facebook and I look for you and I'm like, perfect.
Yeah, I appreciate when you do that.
Yeah.
That long post of what's going on in town today.
Yeah.
I always feel good when we make the list.
Right.
I'm always like, yeah, all right.
See you on the list in a couple weeks, boys.
Especially if I'm doing a solo at some little bunk bar.
Yeah, we appreciate that too.
There's Rudder at the Coon Dog Saloon.
We don't play there.
We should though.
I'm happy to help, man. It's fun. I enjoy too, like just that to see it grow. You know, like for my own personal networking, like that, and also seeing that how much music is actually active in St. Louis. And like
for sure.
I mean, when I'm hitting something like 70 things on a Friday, Saturday night, like that's
big.
Wow,
It's crazy.
No, for sure.
So I mean, that's also like a greater 50-mile radius around St. Louis, but it's like still like to think about like there's no excuse not to go out and have a good time tonight. Like there's always
there's something.
There's always something going on.
And it's cool to see like people, like all the different bands that you know on there too. So you're like, people are out there playing everywhere. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, and like in the more modern times, I feel like we need a source that is putting all that together for everybody. You know, I mean, KDHX the way it is.
Right.
I don't know, like does the Riverfront Times still post in the back?
They still do. Yeah, they still have their events, and that was my go-to before the internet. Was the Riverfront Times. Like if I wanted to find out what the heck was going on.
That being said, too, though, that's kind of a more select.
Yeah, I think they do like
of places. You know?
I feel like RFT does like now like a top 10 for the weekend type of thing. Like, you know, there's some of the bigger ones, but it's like it's what I always. Like you're talking about, like some of the smaller solo, acoustic
They're
shows,
not putting
like
Derek Rudder at the Vintage Wine Bar.
Right,
Right.
Yeah, but I try to be all inclusive. I try to throw the open mics on there also, so people, you know, people
Get
that are
involved.
Yeah, so
man, and that's a thing too that I've noticed. I don't know, maybe I just noticed it, and it doesn't. But like, it seems like there's a lot of open mics happening around now that like a lot of people are going to.
Yeah.
That I've been seeing all these pictures and stuff. I was like, man, this is a packed open mic. People are jamming. So that's good.
Yeah, I think there's
People
like
are out doing
there's
stuff.
like 2 open mics like every week here in Waterloo.
Yeah, and there's always a bunch of people up there. So that's good.
Yeah, but yeah, good. So you know, never know where the next great song is going to come out of one of those or something like that.
Player,
Sure.
or I mean, band, whatever. You know, it's like people meet each other and
That's where the magic happens.
That's what the music business is: meeting people and
talking
to people.
But I appreciate you guys saying that. It's fun. I do have a good time putting those together, and I get more comments on that than anything I've been a part of. Like people dig that I've kept it going, but that's why I started it. Everybody was saying there's nothing to do in town. I'm like, I'll show you guys.
Right. Here's a list.
Yeah. So I think when I started, it was like 4 or 5 on a Friday, Saturday night. So to see it getting as long as it is now, it's like, it feels good that I've done the work, to meeting all these different people and having an idea like of what's going on around town everywhere. So
we appreciate it for sure. For sure.
Happy to help. So, but yeah, I'll get you guys on there in a couple weeks and Well, it'll be good to see ClusterPluck on there again.
Yeah.
It'd be good to see you out in the crowd again, buddy.
Yeah. I like I said, I mean, there's been a bunch of them. I won it. I just didn't all pan out, but I'll be there for sure. I'm excited to dance around and party with you guys all night. So
For sure.
Heck yeah.
yeah, it's been too long.
Yeah, and you'll enjoy Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. I know you've checked out Hunter Peebles, so
Yeah,
you'll enjoy the Horseshoes boys. They're great.
nice. Yeah,
Yeah, it really is going to be a pretty solid night of music.
For
and,
sure.
and everybody's different, too. It's like, it isn't just like,
One genre.
yeah, which is fine. I mean, I understand you pair bands that are like, I mean, I get it, but like, we're not all disalike in a sense, but we definitely are all different. They're definitely, it's going to be 3 distinct bands.
They're definitely going to be getting bang for your buck if you come out for sure.
yeah. And Old Rock House is a great room for this. So I always enjoy the people over there. The staff's and always top notch. So
Definitely.
sounds
great
real nice.
place.
That's my favorite venue in all of St. Louis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
So
put on a solid show.
yeah. All right. Well, I'll see you guys there March 23rd.
Hey, we'll see you there,
Yeah, we'll
buddy.
see ya.
I'm going to be looking for you
Yeah.
the whole
I'll
time.
be right up front. All right. Bye, everybody.
Right on.
Later.
Later.
Later.